Thank you to each and every one of you for attending this second Eve Down Under event, Eve Down Under 2013. It has been... for those that you were here last year, welcome back. And for those that haven't been here last year, welcome for the first time. This is, for me, the Australian Eve gaming community getting together and just having fun. Hopefully you've already had some fun already. You've arrived, met some of your corpies, met some of the people that you fight against. It's all about us having fun. It's not about necessarily us and just presenting to you. It's all about you enjoying yourself. So if we can help make that more fun for you, just well, that's what we're here to do, is try and make it fun for everyone. So we've obviously upped the ante a little bit this year from last, tried to do a few extra things, and of course we've got our international guests that we're very proud to be here with us today. So hopefully you'll enjoy this even more than you did last year, for all those that came last year, and I think most people enjoyed last year, but hopefully we can have some good time. Just a couple of things, just to let everyone know where everybody's from. I thought people might be mildly interested in this. This is what makes me very proud of the Australian Time Games community. This was taken a couple of days ago in terms of the numbers, but this gives you a feel for where we are all from. Every state of Australia is represented, and good 5 people from New Zealand. One of our Kiwi friends was saying he was a lone Kiwi. There is actually 5 of you in the audience here somewhere. Thanks guys for coming across the ditch, that's awesome. It is, we call it the AU time zone, but it is a AU-NZ time zone, of course, so you are us as well in the community. So we also, of course, have one guy from Thailand, actually. Thailand, dude, I don't know. He's just, we've got, actually, this was taken off of people's PayPal state address, so that's some... of course, we have our 2 international guests who you'll be hearing from this morning as well. One, of course, from Sweden, and the other gentleman from Iceland, who I'll introduce in a couple of minutes. But thanks, guys, and for supporting us from around Australia. I know it's a big call to fly across the continent and the sites. The other thing that I was going to say was that we've got a good representation from the entire community of EVE players in our community. Obviously, a big contingent from VDD. Thank you, boys, for coming in. We love you all. The other heavily represented people, trying to give a feel for some of those guys coming in numbers, and that's awesome to get all your corpies together, have your own sort of group meet-up in a live sense, but also to come and meet the community. Obviously, House of Serenity, UCATS, 3 Strike, those guys. Point precision, basically, I didn't put physical numbers up, but just giving you a feel for the whole crowd. The group down here, Point Precision, Agony, Unleashed, Southern Legion, and V3, they were in the 6 to 7 range. The other guys went up from there. But what I'm really proud of, the fact that we've got 86 other corps, so up to a 90-odd different corporations within EVE are represented at Eve Down Under, which I think is really awesome, because that's part of it. It's about getting people from all parts of the community, not just obviously the big power blocks of the VDDs and some of the other groups. So thanks guys for across the EVE community. It's not about just one particular group. So thanks for that. Just moving right along. Last year, you would have seen, I'll just introduce myself. I'm a high-sec Care Bear, self-declared, and I'm still a high-sec Care Bear. This screenshot was put up last year as a bit of intro to a few of us in the community. Hamber, our audio guy, is still a pirate. He's still -10. Hamber Bogan, best Bogan. And Dark and Crypt from VDD, they're still trying to be relevant. Sorry, Dave. Sorry. But we also have an addition to their team just recently, otherwise known as Bam, and he's trying to do the right thing by Crypt and Dark and the rest of the VDD boys. But anyway, just a bit of a feel for who some of us are in the community. But seriously, I'm just this scrub from High-Sec, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, sorry, wormholers. We have to, next year, whenever. So, the program, you've been given in your bag when you registered a little goodie bag. Hopefully you liked our little beer glass. Yep. But the program, you can look in there and see what we've got scheduled for today and tomorrow. We've been advertising it heavily, and so hopefully there's no sort of surprises. Otherwise, if you don't know what's going on, look in your program. The idea is we've got some keynote speakers, some great, hopefully a variety of people, and then we have the, at least in FanFest, in eFanFest in Iceland, which is what we're trying to model this sort of event after, because I think quite a few people have heard me talk about it, and I have been privileged enough to get to Iceland. I know it's tricky for a lot of people, and I remember, and this is my story from the first time we came and did this, flying back from Iceland and going, that was an awesome experience. Wouldn't mind just grabbing a little bit of that and trying to create a little bit of an atmosphere like that up here. So that's what we're trying to do, and what's really cool is we've got some CP representation as well, which makes it even better. So the concept is that we've got an alliance panel this afternoon, but since we don't have any alliances, thanks Stark and Crypt, you're going to be our alliance guys. But anyway, we've got corp sort of chat this afternoon with a bunch of guys, and that'll give people opportunity to learn about some of the bigger corps within the community. And then we've got some great giveaways throughout the day. So what we've got is great support from the community. We've got about 100 billion ISK or more of in-game prizes. We've got upwards of about $3,000 or $4,000 worth of swag and other things CCP have given us, and other things we've got, including a MacBook Air that we'll be giving tomorrow afternoon. So we're giving the major prizes at the end of each day, but throughout the day we'll be giving away other prizes, of which Bam's going to help us, and I'm going to throw to you at this point, Owen, and he's going to talk to me about a couple of things about the prizes.
How you going, guys? Yeah, like Artie said, well, first of all, hi, welcome, thanks for coming. I'm Bam Stroker. And miraculously, I feel fantastic despite what happened last night. But that's okay, we'll fix that tonight. Like RD says, we're going to be giving away some cool prizes over the weekend. I've got about 20 billion ISK worth of stuff just from Soma Blink alone, which we'll be giving away rolling throughout the weekend. Anytime there's a little break in the schedule, I'll jump up, get to my feet. We've got a box with all your names in it. I'll draw them out, and I'll divine what prize it's going to be as I pull out the name. So you might get a Nightmare, you might get a Plex, might get an Archon. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
It's a stack of ships. It's
but
really awesome.
It's going to be pretty cool anyway. And one other thing I want to talk about, because this is a little pet thing of mine. You guys might have noticed that in your program bags, you got one of these. It's a little pack of expansion cards from a now discontinued CCP, EVE Online card game. Collector's items, very precious. If you've never seen this before, and if you're a CCG nerd like myself and you're kind of interested in giving the game a try, I actually have some of the starter decks available if you've ever wanted to get your hands on it and try it out. So if you're interested in getting a starter deck, come and see me during one of the breaks, just pull me aside and I'll hook you up with one. And other than that, if you want more cards, just wheel and deal with your own space friends, because everyone in here's got one of those little packs, so yeah, go nuts. Is there anything else I had to...
Not at this point, but that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, so basically, watch this space. We're hoping to spread the love around, as we always try and do, and that includes trying to make sure lots of people get a prize. So that's the cool stuff throughout the day, and of course the major prizes at the end of the Saturday and at lunchtime tomorrow. And I will also now quickly go on to, if I go to my slides, and if my clicker's going to do. I also would like to thank all of our supporters, including eve-bet.com. They have provided us a Utu. We've advertised that fairly heavily. That's between 50 and 60 billion ISK worth of ship that will be given away this afternoon. They've also given us some other heaps of support, including a bunch of the helping us with the PvP tournament in terms of the 2 ships and all of the fits that are in those hangars that you can be able to choose from. But we'll go through that as we announce that in detail. We also would like to thank these 3 corporations who have also donated a significant amount of ISK, and that goes into this prize pool. So that's over 5 billion ISK worth of stuff from Point Precision, Agony, and Intersun Freelance. So thanks, guys, for your support. So big hand for those guys. Yeah. Bam also mentioned Simon Blink have given us about 20 billion ISK worth of ships to give to you guys, and they will be part of that. So thanks to Simon Blink as well. So that's it from me. Thank you for that. A couple of logistical things. The facilities people have asked us to mention in the event of an emergency. Not surprisingly, there is 2 exits on both of my left and rights, and then out and down through the escalators and out of the building if a whoop, whoop, whoop sounds. You know what it means. But basically they wanted to say. The facilities, no doubt some people have already found that. They're out in the lobby. There's actually another one out through that back door over here.
Do we have to have hawks on the exits?
If you want to camp the exits, you can, but that's all right. Camp the gates. But anyway, so the toilets are dotted around the facility. Presumably you found them already, but that's all part of it. And as I said, if we can help make your experience this weekend more fun, just let us know. Helen and Sue on the desk working, and they're keen to support us throughout the time too. So if you've got any questions, speak to them as well. Okay. Moving on to the next bit, which is the singularly most exciting bit of this whole thing from my point of view, but we've been privileged enough. If you were here last year, you would have known that we were lucky enough to secure a few CCP people getting up very late on a Friday night, I think it was, and we were here on Saturday morning. They were on a Skype call all the way through to Iceland, and one of those gentlemen was fortunate enough that we now have him in the audience instead of on that little pixelated screen. So it is my huge pleasure to welcome to the stage the one and only CCP Fozzie.